It's Carl Edwards.
I had room. I went down, and then he hit us from behind.
Let's see if we can watch this again and see who did what here.
Logano on the outside, Edwards in the middle.
Ooh, Carl got clipped by Brad Keselowski. Just run him up the hill, couldn't save it, and got into Joey Logano in the 20 car.
Another look. Watch that red number 12 on the bottom right there, getting it.
This car right here just clipped Carl Edwards in the 99, Brad Keselowski in the 12 down on the bottom there, and it shot him up the hill.
Just remember, Joey Logano came in here 8th in the points.
Awful close down there, Darrell. To know if there was actually contact or just what. Let's look at that first look and look at the 99 and 12 once again.
I wouldn't think there was contact if the car hadn't wiggled the way it did, and took off.
There are the 3 cars involved.
Pretty tight right here, pretty tight right here. Just a nudge. It's got a nudge.
And it doesn't take much.
Not when you've just been in the, coming out of the pits, low air, car hard to hold on to.
Carl Edwards right front is a mess. Joey Logano came in here with what could have been a top 5 car. And they're both damaged. We're under caution in Atlanta.
The Kobalt Tools 500 Odd Fox is sponsored by Budweiser, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Budweiser, it's what we do.
Atlanta Motor Speedway opened in 1960. You saw Fred Lorenzen there take the green flag in a Ford. It looks like Paul Goldsmith in a Plymouth. It was a 1.5 miles then as now, but then the front stretch was the back stretch. They turned the track around. Big infield crowd there in '64. Carl Edwards, who had a great weekend here in '05, not so much with this retro paint scheme. And have a look right there on Brad Keselowski's car, right below the headlight decal. Just that little evidence of contact.
A little nudge. That's all it was.
Clint Boyer got the free pass. First car 1 lap down. He has since pitted. End of the line, and we're ready to go once again with Casey Kane outside. Kyle Busch. Green flag.
Tell you one thing, that 18. That 18 can get out of there when they
yes, he can.
On these restarts.
Yes, he can. He gets going in a hurry.
Now, is he the leader?
Yes, he was first car off pit road. Kyle Busch was the leader. He elected the inside on this restart with Kane outside.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because you can't beat the leader to the line.
Kane now battling Earnhardt for second. And Junior falls in line just in front of Montoya.
I believe these early quick cautions may have helped Junior a little bit. Looks like his car is a little wee bit better.
But you see Montoya in that 42 up high gets that run off the top side on 2. He'll just drive by the 88 car.
I just think that 42 is probably the best car right now. He was chasing down Kane before the last caution.
And here comes last year's winner Kurt Busch side by side with Jeff Gordon right behind that front 4. Back of then it's Denny Hamlin, Marcus Ambrose, Tony Stewart, Brian Vickers.
Got a little 3 wide here. Elliott Sadler was the meat and the sandwich between McMurray and his teammate Allmendinger in the 43. Bottled him up actually back there.
Kenseth in the 17. Keselowski trying to come back toward the front, and Bobby Labonte in the 71 with Jeff Burton sneaking around the outside in the 31. And here comes Menard. A lot of folks think that 98 is going to have a good day today based on his practice.
He was
speed.
nice and solid.
Yep.
And he's been nice and solid all year long, actually.
Dick Berggren is with Carl Edwards.
And Carl Edwards is very anxious to see a replay of the incident. His car is pretty well damaged. We're going to let you talk us through it, Carl.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I just got to say thank you so much to Scotts and Aflac. I saw Brad down there, and I thought he'd give me room, so I went down to run the bottom. I thought he just hit me in the rear, but it looks like he was just there by about an inch. So, I mean, that's his call early in the race to either give me just a little bit of room or keep his nose in there. And I guess he was racing hard. I really thought it was his fault, but that replay doesn't look like it was as malicious as I thought. But thank you to Affleck and Scotts, and we'll get back out there. But Brad never gives me any room at all, but I was trying to take a little bit there. Just real frustrated.
No question about the disappointment in that young man's face.
Joey Logano was able to make repairs and continue. Edwards in the garage.
Well, when I listened to Carl Edwards' interview, and of course Darrell talked to him in the pre-race, there's no question after winning 9 races in 2008, the frustration continues through 09 into 2010.
And what makes it worse, Larry, for him here, this is his favorite track. He's got 3 wins here, got his first win here. He loves this place. He's looking forward to a great day. Not to be.
Well, I think he was being awfully gracious in that interview.
Yeah, he looks at that a couple more times. He'll change his mind.
Matt?
And Mike, as soon as the green flag waved in that last restart, Earl Barbin was trying to get Jimmy Johnson back to the high side. The car loose before that last pit stop off turn 2, really the only hindrance he had over that last run. He said the car very good down in 3 and 4.
Thanks, Matt. Now, I said Logano was able to make repairs and continue. He's now on pit road with a good bit of damage, and they're going to go under the hood of his car as second place changes hands. Logano's teammate Kyle Busch giving way to Montoya.
And where Montoya was beating him so bad was off the corner. You see, getting into turn 3, Kyle Busch maintains and actually picks up ground, but right there, Montoya running that high side stays in the throttle and just pulls away from that 18 car.
But what I liked about the 18 car, Kyle Busch, he didn't fight it. He let him go, which is smart. I mean, Montoya's quicker than you are. Let him go. We get him. Maybe you can get him later.
When Montoya first came to NASCAR from IndyCar and Formula One, many observers wondered how he would transfer and whether these big ovals and these big heavy cars would present a big challenge. But the first time he ran here at Atlanta, he had a top 5 performance, and all those questions stopped.
And he was performing in the same groove he's running here right now, right against that wall, all 500 miles.
Thinking back to many years ago when I was a rookie, the tracks that you went to the first time and you ran well, you always ran well there. It seemed like your driving style, whatever, fit particular racetracks better than others.
Riding with Martin Truex Jr. in the 56 car right now. He's 12th. He's battling Ryan Newman. You see him right back there in that 39 car. It just looked like in those 2 practice sessions yesterday, the first and the second one, that long run wise, this 56 car was pretty good.
And look who's coming right behind him, Greg Biffle, who started way in the back after crash damage in practice. Biffle's coming back toward the front.
But just remember, that was his wingman at the back, the 39 car, Ryan Newman, who was back there for an engine change. So both those guys looking out there just into the top 10.
Biffle said what few laps he got to practice that car yesterday, it was actually a better car than the one that they were going to race.
But what was pretty amazing, they took the time to take a lot of parts and pieces, suspension-wise, off that car they wrecked and put onto that backup car.
2 weeks, Thunder Valley, Tennessee, Bristol Motor Speedway. One of the first signs of spring. The campers are arriving in Bristol. Some of them are already parked there, and the race isn't for another 2 weeks.
And I just think they've made a little change, might bring the bump and run back a little bit.
It's like racing in a blender. Except nobody will blend in.
Jeff Gordon in 5th place, Matt.
And having a very solid run here at a place that's had a lot of success in the past. Gordon said the car was a little free over that previous run, but it was really working for him down in turns 1 and 2. But it wasn't really working for him down in 3 and 4. But this is what Steve Letarte calls a racetrack where it's going to be a day of adjustments. You just got to keep adjusting, keeping up with this racetrack as it changes throughout the day. The sun in, the sun out.
I think sun in, sun out, and I think just the more rubber that gets on this racetrack makes such a huge difference.
And that's wedge in and wedge out, wedge in and wedge out. Air up, air down.
And hopefully the right adjustment on that final stop.
Gordon and Dale Jr., 4th and 5th. But the leader is Casey Kane. He has been out front 3 times for 33 laps in the Kobalt Tools 500.
You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile at sprint.com/speed. Casey Kane, your leader. A couple of changes.